Alright, hello everybody. How is it going? I personally am quite excited to get back to this. I felt that last time was a little bit too short, given that it was cut off, so I'm intending to go at least a little longer than usual for these Pokemon streams today. I've already figured out sort of roughly the roadmap for where we're needing to go, what we're wanting to do, that kind of thing. So we should be going pretty quick here into a few things. But yeah, regardless of all that, I'm just going to sort of get straight to it. We're immediately starting here. I'm going to be catching a couple mons because we have a few options. Because now that we have those goggles, we can come to the desert. With that, we can catch ourselves either a... Alright, we can catch ourselves a Trapinch. That, honestly, was one of the better options, in my mind. The most likely option was Sandshrew, which, for any of you who have seen my previous Nuzlockes, you would know that Sandshrew is not good at this, like, gen. So, yeah, Stun Spore makes sense. Of course we miss. Amazing start to the fucking stream. Luckily, they're not going to be doing much to us. Darl is currently one of our most powerful people. It won't be our first dragon, but it will be one of our dragons. Like, we don't have any dragons yet, but I'm pretty sure Swablu, once they become Altaria, is dragon. Yeah, Altaria is dragon flying, so we already were on the way to being, like, to having a dragon type, but this is another option, and that is always good. Alright, I'm just gonna be bold and go for the once they're paralyzed, throw the ball. Do we get it? First try. Not quite. Luckily, we can just sort of tank this forever. Yeah, no, it's a dragon flying type is all what Altaria is. Where, Flygon... I forget what Flygon's other type is. What is it? I am so much less aware of the Gen 3 typings. Ground Dragon, that's it. I knew it was, like, something in there, but I always forget. But yeah, so we're gonna end up with a Ground Dragon, a Flying Dragon, sort of opposites. We can pick whichever one we want at any given time, that's nice. Okay, Brain. First name of the stream. Jarenth. Yeah, yeah, that is the unfortunate thing of it sometimes. Alright, now that we've caught something here, realistically, that means we're good to go, continue on, because though, there is another encounter in this area we could get in the form of, I forget what it's called, but there's this disappearing tower in the desert that you just... It sometimes is there, sometimes it's not, but its only options for catching are Trapinch or Sandshrew. So, doesn't really mean much for us. I forgot we were able to go around this person, damn. Yeah, no, for some reason in Gen 3, Trapinch just looks very pink in their little, like, mini icon. It's odd. Alright, Darl, you are sort of the worst Pokemon here. Well, not worst for this, but always the trees. Let's just... let's bring Quizarno out, sure, why not? Our team is a little interesting right now. After the losses of last time, we don't have any, like, glaring holes, but we are in a bit of an odd spot. Luckily, there's going to be a good few, like, encounter chances coming up here. We just got the Trap Inch. Once we get through Norman, we're gonna be able to surf, so we're gonna just be on a string of encounters. It's not gonna do good damage, and we're gonna miss, but fire is fire. Anyways, I guess we're stunned. Maybe I'll just switch to our actual fire type. Bugaboo. Yeah, Gen 3, compared to Gen 1 and 2, is so much better type coverage-wise. Alright, we may only have Ember here, but it should do its job. Not a one-shot, unfortunate. Luckily, they missed the stun spore. Appreciate that. And of course, this random trainer has a super potion. At least it's not a full restore. Yeah, no, listen. Quizarno is going to help out in this upcoming gym. It's gonna be fine. Quizarno will be on our Norman team. Quizarno does actually have some pretty decent coverage for us, all things considered. Anyways, here's where some of our biggest, like, lack of coverage comes in. We don't have water. Maybe I'll just, yeah, I'm just gonna win the mirror match. Fuck it. Yeah, no, it's rough. I wonder what the next fire move Bugaboo is gonna learn. I could look it up, but Alright, we have another person in our fucking phone. Great. But yeah, so right now, we're pretty much just making our way through some routes that we've already gone through, so that we can get back to Petalburg. Because realistically, this is one of the faster ways. Just playing it safe right now. Gonna pick up this item that we missed earlier, an ether, that's nice. Yeah, mirror match, not at all scary when you have 12 levels. Also, apologies if I am particularly sniffy or sound a bit stuffy. I continue to have bad allergies. I don't understand what about the current, like, weather or whatever is causing it, but allergies have been bad. Alright, gonna real quick heal. Don't really need to, but might as well. Yeah, that's fair. It doesn't help that I'm pretty sure I'm, like, a little bit allergic to cats, and I have cats. Well, a cat. I'm not confident on that, just because I have lived with cats my entire life, but you never know. I think I might be a little bit. Alright, there goes our repel. Just avoiding... Okay, I should have put it on a little sooner. Oh, boy. Okay. We do have a, I forget what it's called, but Lotad's evolution in the box. I just have Darl with us, because Darl's going to be useful for the next gym. So we do technically have a water coverage. Yeah, no, it's sad. I wish it was not the case. Because though I am not, like, obsessed with cats necessarily, like some people, I am much more a cat person than I am a dog person. I think we fought these people before. Yeah. But we haven't fought them! God damn it. We're inevitably gonna fight everyone, I guess. Alright. What do you have? 2 Mons? Let me guess. 2 2 Geodudes, or if you're feeling special, a Geodude and a Chomp. A Mega Drain should just kill. Mach Punch also would have worked. Yeah, I did run right into him. He's one of those ones that I'm really bad at avoiding, because you can react to them, because they're just facing one direction, but they're positioned in, like, the perfect spot to be the easiest pathway. It's annoying. Okay, not a one-shot. Not like it was super effective or anything, so not surprising. Yeah, no, mountain climbers do not get particularly original anytime soon. I feel like it's really Gen 5 where the curse is broken just because Gen 5 is essentially just Gen 5 Pokemon at first, from what I know. I know just so many random tidbits. I think I repelled. About Gen 5, it is so disparate, my knowledge of it. Makes me excited to learn, like, actually what is going on in a lot of ways. I'm going to walk back up this way to avoid this man. Because I think if I go this way, I can expedite our travel. Yep, can just avoid everything. Alright, we are nearly to Norman. There goes our repel. Don't even think I need to heal. We can do that in Petalburg. Just keeping an eye out, because I think we fought all of the people here, but you never know. And we should be able to just walk straight down like this. And there we go. We're essentially there. While we're here, I want to double check. Is the boat here? No, it is not. Okay. If we go this way, we can avoid the grass. Yep. Yeah, no, like, I've... A lot of my knowledge of Gen 5 comes from just, like, a mix of times I've seen, like, YouTubers or streamers play it. I've never paid too much attention to it when I have watched that, but I have picked up a few things. Funnily enough, the plot of Gen 5 is one of the things I know the most about. Alright. Oh, I need to actually pick up our team. That is typically a good idea. So, I went ahead prior to stream and prepared us a few of our team members. Mrug is not coming with us. They exist to help us traverse the world and not much else. I think Bagabool will leave. Honlon can come because Intimidation's always nice. They got decent health and stuff. Quizarno is coming with us because they are a rock psychic type, which is shockingly good for what we're going up against, all things considered. Lebneb, I might bench Lebneb because they don't have anything specifically good, and realistically I want to keep them alive, I think. But Garanth and Tatomp are what we're bringing in as heavy hitters. Yeah, normal almost certainly is physical. In which case, though, and then obviously Darl is here, we got 3 fighting types. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bench Lebneb. Just need to decide who we're bringing in. I looked ahead at movesets, and looking at what Norman has, he only has mostly normal type moves, but one of them has a psychic move, 2 have dark type moves, and 1 has a fighting move. So we want to keep that in mind for whoever we bring. I've already thought about that a little bit for some of our other mons. But just thinking about it... Huh. Wacky. I didn't even realize that was like an actual thing, but that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if it matters too much who we pick. It might just come down to stats to a degree. But also, they realistically aren't going to do too much in the party. I'll just bring Bagabool because we have another fighting type if we really need it. And we have another ground type if we really need it. But if I can help it, Bagabool won't ever even come out onto the field. So now, I'm not going to worry about leveling the people who aren't already at level cap yet, because we have a few mandatory trainer battles. Okay. I think I'll leave Darl out in front. And now we gotta pick. Speed room, that's an option. Accuracy room, I'm gonna go for speed. That's true, I don't think I do. I don't think we have anyone with that, but I could try that. Alright, anyways, for now, though, we got a few trainers to do. Yeah, I don't think any of the mons we have would have, Protect. Yeah, I can't think of any. Huh, okay, bird against fighting grass. Not the best option. Let's chuck a rock at it. Quizarno, it's your time to shine! Okay, 10 damage when not very effective, I'll take it. It's faster than us, believe it or not. And then the rock throw comes in, and doesn't actually kill, okay, but we can easily tank another. Or a couple, because they hyper potion, of course. Yeah, unfortunate first matchup. But Quizarno can handle this. We're fine. Alright. And then I think I'll just go on to the next room, because I don't think Quizarno will be needed. Yeah, no, definitely. We'll pull that one out if we're losing. Tragically doesn't work if we get to Dad and he just is trying to beat the shit out of us. Confusion room, I hate that idea. Defense room, so it's gonna be beefy. Sure. Okay. Darl realistically is a pretty decent opener nonetheless. Let's see how this goes. We're running the gauntlet immediately, pretty much. Okay, one Wigglytuff. We have the levels on them. Let's punch it in the face. We outspeed. And we nearly one-shot. Okay, they're almost certainly gonna potion. Oh, but we've fallen in love. Darl, you can't fall in love, buddy. You're gonna kill them. Alright, they've upped their defense. They're gonna potion. I knew it. Hopefully we get through the love. It really doesn't get into it in the games. It really isn't something in the games to really any degree. He just sort of is in a different town. I think it's more so the double edge. Don't love how much damage that did, but realistically we can tank one more, and if we get through the infatuation, we just win. We do. Cool. Safe. But I very much think that's probably something that the manga invented to explain a thing in the game, rather than reflecting something that was already in the game. Alright. Darl is a little bit speedy. Alright. Going to switch them around a little bit. Let's give to Tomp a little time in the sun. This should be the last mandatory one before we get to... I'm not doing one-hit KO until we get to the actual Norman Gym leader fight. Okay, hopefully we can handle whatever strength room is. Strength. Alright, do they have one Mon as well? Yes. A Zangoose, okay. Hopefully we can handle it? I doubt we outspeed, so I might just go in with a Revenge? And we are 5 levels higher. I'm gonna start with a Karate Chop. It does outspeed, and it's Swords Dancing, don't love that. Let's see how much this does. It almost kills, so they're gonna Potion, we're gonna Karate Chop again, and either it dies to like a high roll crit or something like that, or we just keep repeating the process. Oh, it just kills, cool. We must have low rolled before. Yeah, no, it is interesting the differences between the different media, because they really just never are consistent, I feel like, in a lot of ways. Alright, so that's Gym Leader. I'm going to back up and heal, because though we're not in dire straits, we want to be at full power when we get into the gym, I think. Yeah, anyways, that wasted Swords Dance turn made that such an easy fight, and I am appreciative of that. Okay, so, in this case, though, we are now to the gym. So, Norman is probably going to open with his Spinda. He should. And they have Psybeam. They're the one with a Psychic-type move. I don't think we need to worry, but who knows? Either way, I think if we just open with Tomp, we should be fine to start. We can use our other Mons as needed, and we're just going to basically be using whoever is capable in the moment. Alright, gym fight time. Let's see. Let's get the rest of our Mons to level. And then we'll do it. Going to 31. That is the level cap. So I'm playing a little bit careful here. Alright. Onlon and Quizarno are ready. Cosmic Power. I do not know what that does. Raises defense and special defense. Neat? Maybe I'll replace Psywave, because Psywave is weird. I'll replace Psywave. Being able to tank up can always be nice. Yeah, unfortunately, my current team does not have much in the way of setup. Because nothing onto Tomp. Hypothetically Howl, but Onlon is not really our mainstay here. Nothing here other than defense buffing. Yeah, like, if we wanted, we could go for just sheer tanking and go for defense, special defense raise to make it so that nothing can hurt us. Yeah, no, we don't have to worry about Darl. We could just tank up and then do that, but I think we have enough fighting types and such that we can just play it by ear. I know that this fight can be scary, but I think with like half our team dedicated to this fight, we should be fine. Yeah, yeah. Counter is scary. Alright. Spinda. Can we one-shot you? We outspeed. We do one-shot. Cool. Alright, who do they send in next? Vigoroth? Okay, not too surprising. They have Feint Attack, Facade, Slash, and Encore. Okay. Same level, though, so I think we can... Oh, they outspeed. Okay, they don't do massive damage. And we don't one-shot. But that's fine. We can just Karate Chop again, because we won't die to a Facade. And then they're down. That's 2 down with relative ease. Tatomp is probably going to want to switch out after this last one, but Tatomp clearing, like, all of the team other than the slacking, pretty nice. I'm just going to go for a Revenge, because, yeah, they outspeed. Slash, okay, yeah. If this doesn't kill, I might get greedy, but it does kill. I think it's time to pivot. Yeah, no, Anyways, Tatomp is now leveled. Cheating time. No. Now it's time to figure out what to do about this. Because if I leave Tatomp in, they will die. I think maybe pivoting to Hanlon for the Intimidate and, like, soaking a hit, so that then on the Truant, like, off turn, we can swap to whoever we really want. That is a good question. I don't think it does. So I'm going to go to Hanlon regardless, because Intimidate against Slacking will be nice. That'll make this much more survivable. He Facades, doing half of our health. But now he should be slacking off. So we bring in someone else. What does Garamph have again? Garamph has Vital Throw, Knockoff, Arm Thrust, and Fake Out. Fake Out could be a nice opener to flinch it. Yeah, no, it's rough. And that was an intimidated Facade. Meanwhile, they'd just be Mach Punching or countering. Countering could be funny here. I think I'm gonna go Grant. See how this goes. They're loafing around. Yeah, it's a lot of free turns. We Fake Out. Does basically nothing, but that's fine. It's normal type. And then Vital Throw, I think, is what we want, because I think that's the highest power fighting type move we have. That's much better. We can always just crit. We can always just crit. No big deal. We're fine. Oh, boy. I expected that to be harder. I expected that to be harder. That Fake Out really helped us out into the crit. I'll take it. Yeah, that's a good point. I could have actually just stalled with the Fake Out. But no need. Streamer luck strikes again. Or, you know, like for the first time. We have not been particularly lucky this entire run. So I will take a little luck. Alright, and then I think we should automatically be getting Surf here. As this man spirits us away to his house. Tell us that he's worried about Wally and thanks us for helping him out. And there we go. Now, we just need to get someone who can learn it. Which, I think we have something that can. Either way, we're going to be grabbing our old team again. Yeah, I'm happy with how quickly and efficiently that went. Yeah, no, I feel like it would be very interesting for him to be the final gym leader or something. But nah, I guess not. Alright, Porpimbus, you are the chosen one. Anyways, Garamph and Tatomp really put in effort there. And I'm gonna bring Mrug in. I think I'll pivot out Honlon for now, because they really only have existed for intimidation purposes. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, it's fine. Father of the Year, Norman, that is. Okay. So we got our team back together. Let's see if Porpimbus can actually learn Surf. I would assume so. Sort of wild how close to... Oh, Mrug can learn Surf? Okay. Never mind. Who needs Porpimbus? Not when you have a fucking weasel that you can ride. In that case, no need to bench Honlon, really. But it doesn't matter. We're going to be replacing Honlon with a water type pretty soon here anyways. Alright, now, realistically, the next place we're needing to go is Mauville. But first, I want to catch a few water types. Let's set up our catcher. Yeah, no, the fact that Pikachu can learn Surf has always been funny to me. Let's see. What do we get? I think we only have two options. There's one of them. Good ol' Wingull. Realistically, Wingull could work. They're a pretty good type combo. Anyways, I fear for my life with Darl being against them, but they're level 14, it's fine. Anyways, what is our next level cap? 33? Jeez, we cannot catch a break. We have, like, several routes to go and the weather station before the next gym. That's rough. Anyways, they are now paralyzed. Do they not have a flying type move? Anyways, Great Ball. Do we get it in one? We get it in one. Alright, and realistically, we don't need to worry too much about catching another water type, but while we're here, we can catch, like, the one other option realistically. Bimgle. Bimgle the Wingull. And then there's a fucking island there. We keep going. I should probably repel if I want to be efficient about this. What? That is absurd. Magnets, substitute, and surfing. That is ridiculous. Anyways, on Route 106... just gonna wrap around to the other side of town, because realistically we'll run into something on the way, and the boat might be here. Actually, no, it's probably all the way on the other side. Anyways, rather conveniently, Tentacool, there's our other catch. Now the only thing from water routes we can get realistically is from dive catches, unique things on certain routes, and fishing. And fishing has Magikarp, and not much else. Oh no, poison. Anyways, Great Ball. Do we get it in one? It is level 5. We get it in one. Okay. That's another in the box. Now we have some options for water types. El Jimmy. Oh, that is so silly. Alright, the boat probably isn't here, but let's check. Yeah, no, it's not here. In which case, though we could... no, realistically, wrapping around this way is plenty easy, especially if we repel. But there isn't really anything to catch here unless we fish. Do we even have a fishing rod? We do have the old rod. Could catch a Magikarp if we were desperate, but I'm not really worried about it. Let's just rappel up and continue. Time to ride our fucking ferret through the waters. Really? They catch us on that far a distance? Okay. Anyways, I should probably swap who's in front. Quasarno... No, they have water-type moves. Let's get Lebneb in there. Very wacky. Let's see how much a peck does. Decent, decent. I might sing just to keep this simple. Okay, and then we peck. And then we will peck again. Yeah, I do not remember either. It could be 30, it could be 35, it could be 40, who fucking knows? Anyways, I could probably check that. Given that Winona has an Altaria at 33, probably 30, 35, she is a cheater! Yeah, weird. She's gonna have an Altaria and we can't. Anyways, I'm shocked how little that's doing. And I'm worried how much we're taking. Gonna sing again. Yeah, 35. Okay. It is only a single evolution Mon, so it's not, like, too crazy, but... still sad that we will not have Altaria for our next run, like, gym battle. Not that it really matters, because bringing Altaria into a flying gym isn't necessarily the, like, best option. Not horrible, but it's not best. Anyways, there we go. Probably want to swap Lebneb soon, unless we're done. We're done. Yeah, no, I do find it funny how many gym leaders and stuff will just have forced evolution before level Mons. It is quite silly. I guess Porpimbus. Porpimbus has a decent capacity here to do some stuff. Trying to avoid as many trainers as possible, as per usual. I guess the Repel wore off. Not that matters, because we have already gotten one of these. Oh, I guess it hasn't, it's just Porpimbus is too low level. That'd do it. Which is unfortunate. Can we get around her? No, we cannot. We can get around him, though. Alright, we're to 108. There's the fucking boat. Not gonna worry about the boat right now. It's not like we can catch anything there, and like half of it is cut off from us already. That's a heavily guarded item there. Yeah, unfortunately, Repel isn't working quite as well as I would hope right now. Given that we could run into level 29 tentacles for some reason. Alright, I am actually gonna swap because of the fact that low level is fucking with us. I'll bring Darl back to front. Not like amazing for water stuff, but works. And we're already here. Cool. Now... And perfect time for the Repel to wear off. Now we just gotta make our way back up to Mauville. Might as well heal while we're here, though. Never know when we run into a trainer. And I guess we can decide on what water type we're bringing with us. We already have a flying type, we already have a grass type. Oddly enough, Tentacool may be the one we bring with us. Not used to that. Just for the sake of, like, actual type cover. Yeah, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be a lot more backtracking. Realistically, what we're doing right now is less so backtracking, and more so we're just doing an extended loop of what we could have done, so that we can catch a few Mons. Do we have a bike? Did I ever pick that up? I did not. Oops. Actually, in that case, I think... I forget if we need... I'm just gonna go. I know the bike is in Mauville, I just forget what we need for it. Alright, anyways, we should have a decent time just getting by, because if I repel, I think we can even just surf a good chunk of the way. Because I don't think this is a dead end. There's even an item! Whoa, a rare candy? Rare find. This is a dead end. I'm ruined. I've been fooled. Alright. But yeah, this isn't the real backtracking, really. Because basically we're just going to Mauville because past Mauville is where our next stop is. That's how we get to the rest of the, like, region. And then from there, we're in a pretty, like, straightforward line for a while. And then we're gonna pretty quickly hit some major backtracking. Right, he just gives us a bike. No, like, random bullshit in this gen. And there's, for some reason, 2 bikes. I always forget what the difference between them is, but I'm gonna go Acro. I think that's the one that lets you do some random stuff, like jumping along things. I forget how to do it, but it sure does do something. Anyways, while we're here, we can pick up an encounter, which should give us some good coverage. Because talking to him, we need to go turn off the city generator because it's acting up. So he gives us a key to the basement. No $1 million price tag, no needing to talk to a guy about his like, random, like, Ponyta or whatever. Just gotta talk to the guy. But yeah, there it is. Behold, the basement of Mauville City, also known as a cave, like, half a mile away. Alright. So, in New Mauville is where our next encounter is. Darl's in front already. This place is a bit of a maze. It's technically optional, but I'm just going to make my way through it, because might as well. And we get an encounter here. This is a Voltorb. Okay. Honestly, would have preferred a Magnemite, but I will take a Voltorb. We seem to always end up with a Voltorb. It's one of the more common things. And they tend to come with us, I've noticed. They tend to actually get used. Just gotta throw a ball. Much would have rathered the Magnemite, all things considered, though. Of course, it doesn't work in one, but that won't deter me. Probably should pick up more balls after this. Do we in 2? There we go. Yeah, I'm just curious to see what else we had as options here. Yeah, it was Magnemite or Voltorb with them being equal chances, realistically. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Time to continue the pattern of making Voltorb names impossible to pronounce. Clivumpted. I wonder if we'll ever use Clivumpted. I do not know if we will. Is this pathway blocked off? Let me first get a repel up. I don't even remember what the reward for this is. Okay, yeah. We have to push the green button. It's a lot of button pushing and going back and forth, but with repels it should go quickly. The other big thing here is that a lot of these items are not real. That one is, and that's an Ultra Ball. Yeah, missing Rumpkus. Don't think there's... we win in a circle. I don't think there's ever a point where we can get a Rattata, tragically. I forget which one of these isn't real. Anyway, the repel's worn off, so we use another one. We're gonna need to buy more of these. That one's a normal item. Cool, 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 cool. The other one, I think, is a Voltorb. That door is already open. That one isn't. Gonna take the one that is the one we need. I'm not even worried about missing items here. And we made it to the generator. There we go. We turned off the generator. And we find a Thunderstone, something that sure is useful, definitely. And now we make our way back. Okay. Right, now we gotta do the things. Forced to fight, regardless of what we did. I don't really know what our best electric type counter is right now. Anyways, Mega Drain. Let's see how much we Mega Drain for. Not much, unfortunately. It will whittle us down, but I do not really care. As long as we aren't dying. Realistically, it can't kill with a Sonic Boom. It can Spark, though. It would just basically nothing. We do get paralyzed, which is rough, but a Mega Drain Mega Drains. Yeah, Flygon's in the box. Still just a little Trapinch. Did I keep them in the team? I did. Bogabool's in the team. Bogabool is gonna be realistically our best, because they're a fire ground type, so they got the ground coverage. Don't think I need to push those buttons. Alright. Need to press a green. I think this is our second to last. Yeah, second to last propelled. Where's the nearest button that we need to press? Alright, time to fight this guy. Let's see how Bogabool handles it. We're gonna need to figure out what the team looks like for, the flying gym. Winona is gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna get some more encounters, so I don't think it's worth planning right now, but I don't know what our best team looks like. The Voltorb we just got is gonna be useful, obviously. Beyond that, though, don't know. That's true. That's true. That is actually very fair. Quizarno is gonna actually be pretty good, yeah. Like, doesn't necessarily... Well, and then he also is just rock, so he has a rock-type move. Yeah, no, Quizarno is gonna be one of our better ones, actually. So Quizarno, our Voltorb that I already forgot the name of, because I made it hard to say, and whatever else we can pick up, realistically. They only sell Great Balls. How many do we have at this point? I'll buy a few more. But what I'm really here for is something they don't have. Guess next town is where we get the repels. Yeah, I always forget that her Altaria has Earthquake, but that is sort of its big move. Yeah, so Quizarno might be our counter to Altaria, which is nice to have, because that Altaria is scary. Alright. Do we need to heal? Yeah, probably. Anyways, yo, Mrug catching something. God, the move set. What do we got? A super potion! Definitely useful. What are you talking about? Why would it not be? Alright. But now we're into the new content. Now we're actually going places that is new and progressing. Yeah, no, Winona is scary. Gen 3 has some, like, actually scary mons. Like, gym-wise. Okay, I think we have to fight these people, because I don't think we fought them before. I should level El Jimmy before something horrible happens. And also probably teach them Surf, just so that they have a good water move. I'm just gonna do that real quick. Gonna do it quick, though. Probably just gonna bring from, like, 30. That's about right for what we're needing. Just want to make sure we aren't caught in a spot where we'd want El Jimmy and then nothing works, because they're 5th level. Luckily, they had, like, no moves to speak of, so we're not getting bogged down by, like, tons of move learning. I don't think they need Supersonic, but also they need Poison Sting less than they need Acid, so just gonna get rid of Poison Sting. Alright. Just a few more levels. Wrap? I don't think we want Wrap. Yeah, not great. But also Constrict is so bad as well. I mean, sure. Oh, and they evolve at 30. Perfect. Yeah, she's got Tropius. Yeah, more so the, like... it's not, like, really that good a thing, but... whatever. Alright. What are our, like, real heavy hitters right now? Darl can do work, but I want to keep them healthy for encounter purposes. Honestly, Quizarno is pretty solid. And I think I'll move El Jimmy, actually, to front. Let's see what these two have. Probably gonna be some grass types. So, maybe could have left, Bagabool in front, but oh well. We're fighting a child and, Aroma Lady. I was right. Alright. I believe poison is good against grass, so that also works. I'm just gonna reorganize this real quick. Let's confuse the dog and melt the plant. Oh, acid is both. Okay, even better. I'll take that. Yeah. No, no, you're right. They are part poison. Doesn't seem like it's really mattering. Ooh, an Aeron. Okay. I forget, is poison good or bad against steel? These are the things I need to memorize. Poison does not affect steel. Great. Okay, in that case... Yeah, okay. Yep, immune. So I think I might just kill the Roselia and swap to Bagabool. I don't really need to be this careful about this because these are level 14s, but you know. What do we got next? Another Roselia. Incredible. Same level and everything. Alright. And now... I continue confusioning. And I will Magnitude, because we have Quasarno out. Yeah, technically this part of the route we could have accessed for... since we got to Mauville in the first place. It's just I never bothered because there was nothing this way. It's once we cross the water that will be in new territory. Quasarno is safe. Honestly, Bagabool and Quasarno is a solid combo. Rock, Psychic, Fire, Ground with one having Levitate? Pretty nice. Alright, what else do they have? One thing! An Electrike. Crazy. Alright, I'm just gonna chuck a rock at it, and I'm going to, sure, all Magnitude. The rock kills it. Alright, that's that mandatory fight done. Bagabool is to 30, that's nice. And now, let's hope there aren't any other mandatory fights right away. Oh god, why is everybody wanting to give me their number? Alright, hopefully we can avoid this guy if we just sort of go around this way. Alright. Yeah, so we haven't caught anything on this route yet, so I want to just double check what we're dealing with here. Okay. On the other side in the grass, we could get a Manectric or a Kecleon, really, is the main things. Well, Electrike slash Manectric. Surfing doesn't risk us any of, like, getting something we don't care about, so just gonna go across. And it's going good. We actually handled Norman incredibly easily. And now we are on our way to Winona, which is a long way. Chuck a rock at the bird. I could have just run, but I want to chuck a rock at the bird. Alright. And now we're to... That wasn't even a quick turn, that was just me being dumb and assuming he wouldn't turn. Anyways, this guy probably has fish. That's a fish, alright. I forget if Psychic is good or bad against poison. I almost always remember like, things that interact with each other, either with good or bad, but I often forget which way it goes. Anyways, we can break through confusion. Quasarno's better than that. Quasarno is better than that. Can't confuse Quasarno. Yeah, Electrike is, I think, the best option for what we're going into. Because Kecleon sure does exist. Don't really have much else to say about it. Just gonna snap out of the confusion real quick, and it doesn't affect Carvanha because they are a dark type, right? And hopefully this doesn't kill Quasarno. It does not. Getting Quasarno out of here immediately, though. What do we want to do? Darl, I think, is the best option. Okay. I'm just gonna punch the fish. Yes, designs start to get wackier in this gen, I will certainly say. Not to say that there aren't some weird designs from Gen 1 and 2, but definitely this is where they started experimenting a bit more. Oh! Random encounter with Steven! Honestly forgot entirely about this, because I don't think it does anything. Yeah, just walks off. Alright, let's get Darl in front. Mrug has already picked up another item. Very nice. A Great Ball? Cool, 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 cool. I'm gonna go up here because there's grass and berries. And maybe we'll avoid a trainer or two in the process. Citrus berries? Sure. Yeah, well, you gotta punch the fish first. Everyone knows you want to tenderize your fish. Okay, never mind. It does the opposite of avoiding an encounter. It risks an encounter. Anyways, we've already got a Wingull, so that we're continuing the search. I'm gonna try to pass the trainer before I start looking for... Okay. For our encounter, because I'll just go to the other patch of grass on the other side. Still can't escape? What the fuck? Maybe? That... possibly. But yeah, very much Mrug is our MVP. The first quick turn of the night. It had to happen eventually. And of course they have birds. Yeah, I actually realistically should teach Surf to, our water type. Because... Whirlpool is certainly not something I want on an actual Mon. Yeah, no, I'm gonna pivot. They're not at max health, not that it's too big a concern. But let's just let Lebneb handle this. Oh, I have not picked up Ice Beam. That is a good thing to consider. I don't remember where to get Ice Beam in Gen 3. Is it something we're able to get at this point? I hate the double teams. I hate double team. Oh boy. And the annoying part is one hit probably won't kill it. Oh, this sucks. Okay, do you offhand know where it is? I obviously could look it up, but I'm gaming. Can't you tell? Ugh. I have to hit eventually. How much does this do? More than I would hope. We're probably gonna have to swap Lebneb eventually here. Wouldn't be a bad idea to just get an electric type into the group sooner than later. Oh, that's gross how little that does. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna swap now. I don't think we have any guaranteed accuracy things. which is annoying. We're actually, unfortunately, very flying weak right now. Yeah, my streamer luck's gone. Bugaboo, I guess? Because not weak to anything, and not currently low health. Quizarno would be our answer, but they're hurt a little bit. Let's go for the Ember, because Magnitude doesn't do anything. Of course, hitting is another question. Why another double team? You're too fucking evasive already. Yeah, no, having another... we can always just crit. A never miss move would be nice. Oh! I didn't realize he was down there. Okay, we might need to go back for that. Anyways, the battle is not done. And they're double teaming too! Of course they're double teaming. Surely we can get a few hits in before they get it up, though. Especially if they only do it once. Surely we get it again. Yeah, okay. And we get another crit? Bugaboo, hell yeah. Secret MVP Bugaboo. Yeah, no, that's fair. If we ever need a sack, that is gonna be the case. Daryl's already in front and is the one we want. Let's catch ourselves something. There we go. Most likely encounter and what we wanted, Electric. Let's see how well we can catch it. Stun Spore, because electric types can get paralyzed. Yeah, just crit is one of the better strategies, believe it or not. Surprised more people don't play with it. It's such a winning strategy. Yeah, it'd be nice if it had a good nature. I have not memorized the natures by any means, but I am aware of their importance. I forget if this gen actually has a signifier of what the stats affected are. I know either Gen 4 or Gen 3 is the one to add that. Alright. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum-ba. Resmex. My names are getting more and more ridiculous, I feel like. Alright, a Hyper Potion, that sure does do stuff. God, I barely know what the fucking type chart does. I would never be able to do that. Alright, our team is looking a bit hurt. Might just throw some of our, like, throwaway healing items at them. Because we got, like, a potion and shit. Yeah, realistically, I can check if that feature is here pretty much right now. Realistically, I think we're fine with the health pools we're at right now. Nah, just gonna do a little bit more. Use this. I'm gonna make Quizarno nice and healthy, because Quizarno covers a very specific coverage for us. What am I looking? Yeah, no, it's not in this one. It's Gen 4. Alright, but then we immediately get to a new route. And so we're immediately trying to catch something again. I do not remember what's on this route. I think maybe there's a Skarmory, of all things. What? We just got onto that route. So, we already have an Oddish. I think we've gotten a Zigzagoon, but I'm not confident. Yeah, so we could get a Tropius, is the main thing here. I'm thinking of a different route. Okay. Tropius would be an interesting pick. Yeah, Skarmory is a different route. I was thinking of a different one. Yep. We got ourselves a Linoone already. It's called the MVP of utility. But we can't escape, of course. Oh no, they've identified us! Whatever shall we do? Run away, that's what. Too dangerous. Alright. Yeah, so realistically, we're getting a Tropius or a Kecleon. That's what it is. Because we just have everything else. Which are the two least likely, so we'll see how it goes. This is also a pretty long route, so I'm not gonna worry about walking back and forth too much. Yeah, no, shockingly, Quizarno is a mainstay on the team. Didn't expect that. Yo, Hyper Potion. Massive, definitely. Alright, I'm just gonna go back and forth in this fucking grass. I know the route's longer, but I don't know if we have the tall grass anymore after this. Not that it matters too much. I don't know if we're going to be using a Kecleon or a Tropius anytime soon, but better to grab it now. Yeah, I don't know why Darl is getting trapped in fights so often. Alright, I might start speeding things up just for the sake of us not being trapped here. Yeah, it's raining. Speed encountering. Can't escape. Can't escape. God damn it. What the? What is happening? I think it might just be Linoone specifically fucks us up. Yeah, I don't know why, but Linoone specifically we cannot handle escaping. What even is the percent chance of this? I might not worry about this now if it's just, like, super low. I have not really done much in the way of TMs yet, because I usually, on Nuzlocke, try to avoid using them, like, mid-run, unless, like, it's very specifically useful, just in case, like, I lose the Mon that I put it on. Alright, I'm not going to worry about this right now. I don't think a Tropius or Kecleon is going to be a game changer for us, and between the two of them, they are a 10% chance. What the fuck is this building? Ah, is this the fly building? Ah, the birdhouse. Alright, cool. I guess no fly for us from there. I always forget where fly comes from. There's some berries there I could pick up. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I could have avoided that if I was smarter. Yeah, coverage-wise, it's not an issue, because we have some flying types. We have some grass types. A Gloom, you say? Don't love how low Darl is right now, so I'm gonna swap to something better for this. Don't love how low Bugabool is, but they are one of our better options here. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. I need a place to rest and stat. The rain is rough on the Ember, but we got Magnitude. Of course, we can always roll Magnitude 4. Does basically nothing to us. I'm curious to see what an Ember does then, because though the Rain's here, it is a Grass type. Better than a Magnitude 4. Hard to say if it's better than an actual good Magnitude. Anyways, I hate that. Just gonna try to fight through it and hope that we get a higher Magnitude. Luckily, we're not taking massive damage. If he gets too much lower, though, before waking up, I am gonna swap again. Yeah, okay, especially if they just crit like that. Alright, this Gloom is fucking us up. We're not in a great spot. I guess I'll give El Jimmy. Sure. Not like a great option for obvious reason, but El Jimmy can fucking chip away and is resistant to that. Hopefully they don't have a grass type move. We also can always crit. This is what I've been saying. Just crit. It's the best strategy. What else we got? A Roselia. Okay, same type of match up. Unfortunate. But we could just acid. Yeah. No, wasn't gonna lose Bagabool. That was not gonna happen. Anyways, I think we have this in the bag. Acid does enough damage. Of course, they live at, like, 1. Unfortunately, though, I don't think we have a chance to get a proper heal before we do the weather station stuff. I think... Ow! Oh, yeah, Liquid Ooze! Hell yeah, fuck you! I think it's after we deal with that is when we get a free heal. So, worrying... Don't need your number. This is why I don't want the numbers. I think we are pretty much at the Weather Institute, though. Never mind. I'm gonna start... no, I'm not gonna start repelling. We might run into our encounter. Nope. Wait, who did I have in front? Darl? Okay. Hopefully they can escape. I should probably heal up again, depending on how many resources I have, because this keeps happening. Don't love that. Come on, Darl, you can escape. Yeah, no, this is a big route, and we have a little scenario before any town. Unfortunately, I think we're getting to just our bigger heals, because we have 3 hyper potions, and that, I think, is our only healing. I'm gonna give it to Darl. And Bagabool. And then if we have a way to wake from sleep, I'll do that. Maybe a berry. Yeah, we have 4 Chesto berries. There we go. Hopefully that is enough. Okay, I'm guessing this guy's gonna be unavoidable. No, he is avoidable. Let's see. Now we're here. Really? Oh, I love when that happens. It's so silly. Okay, I think Darl is honestly a good frontliner, all things considered. Just in case we run into a like, double battle, I'm gonna bring Quizarno to the front. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright. But yeah, so here we are dealing with... Oh, wait. Can we actually sleep here? I didn't need to use those potions! Hell yeah! Oh my god. Alright, let's see. If I go here, that is them, so yeah. Had to fight one. Camera doesn't learn it at all? Jesus Christ. What level is Flamethrower and Earthquake at for Nummel, then? How long do I need to be delaying? So this is a flyer, which is annoying. I guess I'll just Mega Drain and see how it goes. We outspeed, and it's not very effective because they're poison. Yeah, that makes sense. Garl, maybe not the best option here. Jesus Christ, yeah, no, not at all the right option. I need to get them out of here. Quasarno, go! Much better. Rather than dying, that is an entirely fine hit. Anyways, chuck a rock at them. Quasarno, the secret MVP of the Emerald Run so far. I am shocked. I have, like, never used a Soul Rock, so... I always forget if Psychic is good or bad against Dark. Let's find out. I'm stupid. It's bad. We ran into this earlier today. Okay. Good to know. Quasarno isn't the best option here and just got confused. So I might swap. Let's go to Bogabool, why not? So, realistically, I'm not too concerned about Double Edge. Okay, or we just get roared. They really want Quasarno to be the one. Fine, I'll chuck a rock. God. Yeah, no, that kind of plot is very much like the kind of thing that I would expect from a kid playing Pokemon. I had some similar thoughts. Alright, so honestly, I think Quasarno can just sort of handle some of this if I am just, like, confident and smart. But I can't avoid them. I could make this just a single encounter. Alternatively, I can go for the Quasarno-Bogabool combo. Because, who knew? Magnitude plus Levitate works well. It honestly also works with, our soon-to-be Altaria, Lebneb. Because, you know, flying. We got a pretty good doubles matchup set. Once it becomes Earthquake, that's gonna be nice. I think we're gonna be able to achieve that just in time for the Tate and Liza battle, which is gonna be nice. Alright, we Rock Throw, and we Magnitude, because though the Magnitude won't hit the Zubat, I think the Rock Throw handles the Zubat. Alright. They send out the Pokemon before the Magnitude happens, meaning both of them get Magnitude 7. It works. It just works. There we go. That's one. Should be the other if the other one died, because they're the same level. Quasarno up to 32. We need to keep an eye on that, because 33 is the level cap. Should be fine, though. We're pretty much to town. Okay, Carvana. I'm gonna chuck a rock at it. And I'm gonna Magnitude. The rock kills it, believe it or not. Alright, that's the double grunts. Yeah. Can I avoid this man? I can. And now it's time for the boss battle. Let's see how this goes. Admin Shelley. I do find it interesting that the remakes for Gen 3, I feel like are the ones that most drastically change the designs of characters, mainly for the teams. Anyways, we can always just crit. Winning strategy. It's my favorite one. Yeah, we might need to bench Quizarno in a minute here, just because... getting up in level. Let's see what a rock throw does after intimidation. Not great. Yeah, and with the swagger, we're confused, which is rough. So, gonna pivot. Let's just go to Bagabool. I like Bagabool. Don't love how much a bite did. Yeah, it's a funny combo. Don't love the swagger. Break through the confusion and use it to your advantage, Bagabool. No. No. Ugh. Retreat, Bagabool. El Jimmy. How much does the bite do? Not much. That's good. Tanky El Jimmy. Let's do an acid. Let's see how much that does. Decent. I need to teach Surf to El Jimmy's stat. Don't know why I haven't done that yet. Alright, one more should do it. Of course we get swaggered, but I believe in El Jimmy. El Jimmy can get through confusion. I believe. Come on, El Jimmy. Never mind. How much does the bite do? Probably shouldn't be that much. I think we can survive one more, especially if we just snap out of confusion immediately. Fuck yeah. And there we go. Is that the last, or do they have another? We defeated them. All right, just the two. Okay. I think next up we have a rival battle, actually, of all things. Yeah, no, that's true. That is very true. Swagger plus Spinda. I guess we have a cast form now. Mitio proceeds to never use them again, wherever. Alright. And with that, we have cleared the weather station. We can rest up in the bed. And then we will be good to continue into, I think, a trainer battle, like I said. Yeah, no, I don't get why we get just randomly a cast form. It's sort of funny. Yeah, we have a rival battle. We are dealing with only 3 Mons, starting with a Pelipper, it would seem, and we're already properly leveled for the fight. Okay. First off, I'm going to teach Surf to, El Jimmy. Because, believe it or not, Surf is better than Bubble Beam. Alright. And now, what's our best option against Pelipper? Quizarno. It's always Quizarno. The MVP of the team. Alright, I believe it should just be right here on the bridge, or something like that. Okay, no, it's up here, I think. Yeah, it's right here. shouldn't be that too hard a fight. We got answers for all of her mons. Oh, opening with Lombre. I was wrong. Okay. In that case... Huh. Brain processing information. Against the Lombre... Quasarno isn't, like, specifically good anymore. Funnily enough, it's either Lebneb or Eljimmy, and Eljimmy will be good against their ace, so let's see what this does. I'll take the fake out. Alright. Yeah, brain. Yeah. Had to think about that for a long moment. Alright, they used Swift on us. Cool. Eljimmy is way tankier than I ever, like, would have thought. Yeah, Quasarno can work in many a scenario, not against the Watergrass. Okay, cool. You are now dead, Lombre. What do you send out next? Probably not the ace. Also, yeah, okay, they have a Marsh stop. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was looking at the wrong team setup. Yeah, no, that's what I was doing. Yeah, okay, my bad. I was just looking at the wrong thing. Don't know what I was thinking. So, against Marsh Stomp... Grass is, I think, the best option we have. That sounds right. Yeah, grass by a long shot. So, Darl, get out here. I need to believe in myself a little bit more. How much does Mudshot do? Not enough for it to be an issue. Speed drop ain't great, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, no, it is a jump. Anyways, they may go faster than us and do some substantial damage, but we got the quad-effective stab Mega Drain. I think we're fine. Doesn't kill. Wow, okay. Impressive. Anyways, almost certainly gonna heal off of that. So I'm just gonna... Oh no, they go for a takedown again, huh. Okay. I will take the kill. And now we're gonna immediately want to pivot Darl because we're up against a fire type suddenly. Slugma. What's our best answer to Slugma? Gee, I wonder. Well, Jimmy may be a little hurt, but they are a water type. And they're almost certainly doing Ember or some shit. Or they'll Amnesia. Okay. I'll take it. Because I'm just gonna surf you to death. There we go. That's the trainer fight. Yeah, no, a crit from that takedown would have been scary. Luckily, we were fine. No danger at all. What are you talking about? Okay. Right, this is how we get the HM. Okay. Yeah, so we can't use Fly yet, but pretty soon, once we deal with Winona. Alright, so since we're just so close to a place to heal, I'm gonna head back to the weather station real quick, and then we'll continue on our way. Yeah, no, Surf was fine. But yeah, I think from now, we're pretty much just a straight shot to Fortree, and then we won't immediately be able to get to the gym, because we have to go on a sort of mini side quest past town to the next route, but then we will be good. And we can plan what we do. I'm now noticing that there was a path of grass around this guy. Oh well. What do you have in store? A Manetric? Cool. I'm gonna chuck a rock at it. I can't wait until Quizarno learns a better psychic move. That works. That's called That Is Secretly Someone Hiding. That is just a fucking, like, harp that they have up over themselves, or whatever the fuck. Alright, Quizarno is at max level right now. Need to keep an eye on them not going higher. I just walked into one. Right, I guess I can get the berries now. Time to fight a ninja child. That has nothing but a coughing. Great. I think Psychic is good against poison. That sounds right in my brain. It would seem so. Yep. Yeah, no, it's very much that intended vibe, I think. Even if it's not specifically meant to be Naruto. When the fuck did Naruto even start? Would it have been out by then? Like, by the time of this game being made? I think it would have. I don't know when Naruto started. It was before I was aware of what anime was. That's all I know. And this game was like 2002 or something. Alright. Who knows if we'll ever use these berries, but berries are berries. I'll take them. I don't even know what Palmeg berries do. Okay. And now we're to town. Gonna just real quick heal up. Actually, do I even need to bother? Not really. Alright, what can we buy in town? Can we buy repels? Because I think we're just about out of those. We can buy Ultra Balls. Gonna start buying a few of those. Let's get 9 so that we have 10. That sounds good to me. And then we can get some Super Repels. I'll bring us back up to 10. Oh, God. So that's why you've never played the 3rd gen of Pokemon. That explains it. Oh, that is silly. Very much a kid thing, though, of just making the worst decision in games. But yeah, anyways, so, you know, the gym's right here. We could go to it, but what's this? Something's blocking our way. Gee, I wonder what that deal is. Time to continue onward, I guess. Yeah, no, that's rough. Alright, do we have Darl in front? I don't think so. Come on, Darl, it's time to catch 'em on. And also grab... Never mind, there's something unseeable in the way. We already have an Oddish. What are the options here? I think this is the route with Absol as an option. I think it's Absol. I know you can get a Kecleon here, but I don't know if that's a encounter you can just find or if it's just static. We already have a Poochyena. Yeah, we don't got a guy blocking the door, we just got an invisible thing. Gee, I wonder what it could be. Alright. Keep running into Odyshes. We'll find it eventually. Can't escape, of course. Darl is just terrible at escaping for some reason. Yeah, so Mightyena / Poochyena and Oddish are the most likely. Meryl's also here, but we already have one of those. And then it's Absol, Seedot, or Kecleon, collectively adding up to a 10% chance. But I'm going to try it because having another Dark type is always nice if we get the Absol, and we can't progress until we encounter a, like, static Kecleon fight. So if we can get something else, I want the opportunity. But I'm going to be quick about it. Meryl reminds me of what we have lost. It makes me sad. Surely we'll get the 10% chance relatively quickly. Surely after 9 encounters, we'll get it on the 10th. That's how that works, right? Statistics. I think we're already past it. Luckily, we're escaping. Alright, it can just roar us away. I'll take that, too. Yeah, no, I always have thought of Absol as sort of this, like, very special Mon in a lot of ways, despite it really just being, like, sort of rare. And that's it. It is funny how some of the Mons are like that. Lots of Mightyenas. There's the Absol. Yeah, no, it's sort of shocking how popular Absol is with how little it actually shows up in things. It whipped up a whirlwind. Okay. Scary, I guess. I'm gonna chuck a ball at it. Gonna just go straight for the Ultra Ball. Yeah, I'm a fan of Absol. I've never really properly used them because I've very rarely had the opportunity to, but I am a fan of them. I think I've said it before, but I, aesthetically speaking, can be a very edgy bitch sometimes. And Absol matches that vibe. Morant. Yeah, it's a really strong design. That I will not deny. Alright. Now we're... honestly, Darl is still our best option for kicking the head in of a Kecleon, so... Hello, Steven. Tell me how to reveal the invisible things. Yeah, no, I love that as, like, a lore thing of not being sure if it just predicts and, like, thus is around Calamity when it's going to happen regardless, or if it's the one bringing it. I really like that. Funnily enough, I don't know, this might be a wild, like, comparison, but it, funnily enough, is, like, the exact same thing as real-world, like, cryptid Mothman stuff. Which is sort of funny that those can be compared. Alright, I'm just gonna Mach Punch it again, honestly. But yeah, because Mothman, for some reason, is also, in, like, some interpretations of them as a cryptid, this, like, either Bringer of Calamity or, like, Predictor of Calamity. It's funny. Yep, Absol is secretly just the Mothman. Wild, random connection, I know, but... Anyways, now we can go do our shit. I guess I could have repelled there, but I don't really care. Alright. I think I'll pick up this item, even though it does mean we have to fight a Kecleon. I feel like it's probably something decent. And Kecleon is not that scary, even if it's level 30. When you have Darl Mach Punching, it's not that big a deal. Doesn't one-shot, but it is now a fighting type for what that means. Ooh, the Psybeam. Don't love that. Anyways, as long as we don't miss a Mach Punch. A Nest Ball. Amazing. Great reward. There we go. And now we're back to town. We'll heal up just... Well, actually, we'll deal with this Kecleon and then we'll heal up. Well, actually, wait, no. We are a tad bit injured. So I'm going to wait and be careful. Yeah, I got a little spooked there, too. Alright, and I'm not going to worry about bringing our dedicated Winona team yet, because first I'm going to just deal with this Kecleon. Because I don't think a grass fighting type is something we're going to want to bring into the flying type gym. Just, you know, random thought that occurred to me. Yeah, no, oh, I guess we don't fight it. It just disappears. Wacky. But yeah, no, there are a lot of nice little touches here. Gen 3, I feel like, is when they were starting to use, like, hardware that actually was capable of doing some nice little touches like that. And I feel like they just kept doing more of it pretty much all the way until they were hitting 3D. Alright, so... let's put our team together. Darl, get in the box. Resmex, come with us. Rug, you are Explorer Boy. You are not for battle. Yeah. Winona is gonna be a tricky one, I think. What's our best options here? Let's see. Well, looking at Winona's team, just gotta pull it up real quick. Yeah, no, I think those will be pretty simple to deal with. Just gotta figure out the rest of it. Okay. Yeah, the Swablu should be fine. The Pelipper should be fine. We just need answers for everything else. So... looking at moves... Quizarno has a Rock-type move and is Levitate, so can avoid Earthquake from Altaria, so Quizarno's coming. It's really... Jimmy should get out of here, because that's a Water-type. And who we replace them with is the question. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. The main question is what our answer to Skarmory is. And what our answer to Tropy is. Well, realistically, hurling rocks works pretty well. And... of course, like, super effective against Steel is sort of, like, out of the question right now. And Electric is fine against Steel, so yeah, that's still fine. Skarmory we have answers to. I think. Unless I'm misreading things. Yeah, Skarmory shouldn't resist, Electric. Okay. Yeah, so I think opening with Electric is a good move. It's really just what else do we bring? Yeah. For that reason, I think we'll want a Fire type, but I think it won't be Bogabool, because Bogabool's Ground type is not going to help. So I think I'll bring in Mert. Because also I'll be sad if Bogabool dies, where Mert I'll just be a little upset. In which case it pretty much comes down to the question of who's replacing Aljimmy. Unless we just bring Bogabool as well. I want to make sure we have as good a team as possible, because this team can be scary. I don't know what we're missing, because between Quasarno and our electric types, we handle, like, technically everything in one way or another. And then, just for, like, additional coverage, Fire for Skarmory and Tropius is good. I don't think the Dragon type... yeah, and then Dragon type is certainly a thing that exists. Yeah, if we had Ice Beam, that'd be nice. Hypothetically could go back for that, but I don't think it's necessary. We have enough good things. That, I guess, is a possibility. Let's see what Castform has as moves. They have a Mystic Water, okay. Could probably give that to our Water type. They do not have a Fire type move. Does Castform learn a Fire type move naturally in the, like, 7 or 8 levels that we're doing? That, I think, is the main question on if we bring Castform. They're not like a crazy pick, but also I won't be upset if they die. Nope, they don't naturally learn shit. They learn a Weather Ball at 30, I guess. Which isn't horrible. Yeah, actually, when weather condition is in effect, it doubles to 100 power, yeah. Yeah, okay, let's bring Castform, why not? There's a very specific context where they might be relevant. And then Lebneb, I just feel like is not worth bringing because they don't give any benefit, and I don't want them to die. Most of our Mons are not good against flying. Yeah, no, that is very fair. I might just bring Honlon for the Intimidate purposes, in case that comes up. Yeah, this is a wonkier team. This is a wonkier team. But a lot of it is to protect our main team. So let's get them ready. Okay. So 33 is the level cap, if I recall correctly. Self-destruct, let's go! I don't think we need Sonic Boom, Screech, and Tackle. Alright. Wanting to keep an eye on level. Anyways, Clivumpted. Why did I name it such ways? I don't know if Hanlon learns any fire moves. If they do, we'll find out. There we go. We got ourselves an Electrode. A classic for our party for some reason. Alright, and 33 is the cap. Bizarno's already there. Let's get Resmex up. Resmex is evolving. We're going to be solid evolutions-wise. Yeah, okay. There we go. Some evolutions. If all else fails, self-destruct is always viable. Alright, a few more levels on Resmex. They can learn Roar. Which honestly has, like, some use cases. At least, like, yeah. Utter Sleuth can be nice. Nah. I think, though Roar can, like, basically clear the, like, state of Amon, I don't think that's, like, super important compared to Odor Sleuth, which would save us from the curse of, evasiveness more directly. Weather Ball, yes, we want to learn it. I think we just replace Powdered Snow and have the 3 weather moves plus Weather Ball. Yeah. Yeah, no, realistically, it's not an issue for this fight, but just in general, if we end up using Resmex. Alright. Miteo is ready. Murnt is ready. On lawn. Could learn Scary Face. I don't really care about Scary Face. And they are ready. Alright, that should be everyone. Yeah. Miteo is carrying a Mystic Water, because they just start with that for some reason. Probably gonna give that to a Water type after this gym. I don't know what items we have for the sake of, like, benefit. Yeah, we don't have much in the way of held items. We have, like, berries, if we want to be, like, sort of ridiculous about it. I'm not gonna worry about that, though. I think it's more effort than it's worth for now. Yeah, it's mostly berries, but I'm not too concerned. I think it's better to save the berries for once we're on some other scary fights. I don't know, I guess this is a pretty scary fight. I think I'll wait until we're at Winona herself. Alright, time for the puzzle that many children and some adults struggle to solve. Let's see if I can do it. Alright, we gotta make sure we're ready for a double battle. Let's just get our 2 electric types out. Because I want to make sure that Quizarno doesn't overlevel. Yeah, Winona is realistically a pretty scary fight, so I probably will put berries. Alright, what you got? A Swellow and a Doduo? I can handle that. With my double spark spamming team. Anyways, I'm moving self-destruct away from the front. I don't want that to be my first option. Alright, I'm gonna split up, trusting that I can probably kill. There we go. We have 4 levels, and it's super effective in stab, so I'm not surprised. A Pelipper, I see. You have chosen death. Yep, also one-shots. Nice. Yeah. That is the one nice thing. Because we have 2 electric types, we realistically are going to be able to clear pretty well. It's really just like we got that Quasarno ready for the Altaria, and otherwise we should be pretty decent. Yeah, no, that... I haven't made any YouTube shorts yet. I would for that, because dear God, that would be too painful not to make an entire thing out of. Alright. Oh, I need to do the other half first. Which means we probably have to fight this guy, yeah. Alright, a couple mandatory fights. Atropius, you say? Still susceptible to electricity. I had to take a moment to be like, wait a minute, is self-destruct in the front still? Ugh, tanky. Okay. Just gonna keep going. I honestly forgot how tanky Tropius is. Yeah, one more. Don't love how much that's hurting. I think they only had the one Mon, though, so I think we're fine. Yep. Alright, we're gonna want to heal Clivum to just up, which probably I'm gonna just go back to the center, which is annoying, but better than not. Better to be at full power. Just gotta make sure I don't walk into anybody that we haven't fought. For some reason, I can't run on the upper platforms that have no railings. I wonder why. Alright. Yeah, Tropius is one I vibe with. I vibe with it. I know that there are some people who just really don't like Tropius, but I enjoy Tropius. I've never really used them. I've never really had, like, a proper opportunity, but do like them. Sort of land in a similar spot for Absol, but I think I like Absol more. Alright, but now I think we should be set for the actual, like, gym battle. Alright. Because I don't think there's anything else after this. I did it with minimal confusion. Alright. Everyone's on level. Everything's ready. Let's start. Let's see how this goes. Could go very well or very poorly. It's probably more of a government thing, like the city, like, town hall or whatever, which I don't think there is one. Alright, we sparked the Swablu. Probably one-shots, but who knows? Especially if it's a crit. Yeah, okay. Just crit. It's the way to win. Maybe I'll make a YouTube short about critting is the best strategy. We've had a lot of that here. Yo, rollout. That's actually huge to get right now. Anyways, I am of the philosophy that if they evolve mid like fight, not evolve. If they level up beyond the level cap mid fight, it's not an issue. You don't have to like bench them because it's super hard to bench someone mid fight. Wasn't intentional to do that, but yeah, okay. They immediately went for the Altaria, meaning I'm gonna pivot to Quasarno now. Protect against earthquakes. Of course they Dragon Dance, which is scary. But I think if I just chuck a rock at it, it'll be good. Just want to make sure of that. Ice would be the best thing, but chucking a rock works. A second Dragon Dance, don't love that. But they're not going to be able to Earthquake, they're going to have to be aerial acing. We hit the rock throw. And it does enough to be a 3-shot, unless that's a low roll, and then it's a 2-shot. Yeah, stacking this mini is scary regardless. But it means that they're getting low, and they're gonna now waste a turn healing, actually, unless they have a berry. Actually, they probably are still gonna heal off of that, but no, they just Dragon Dance again. Altaria just Dragon Danced to oblivion. Cool, I'll take it. Assuming we don't miss the rock throw, like we just did. Oh no, please don't tell me that is the fucking thing that... What's this Altaria doing? I know if it gets them up, it's scary and can kill the entire team, but if you just hit it with enough rocks, it dies. And a crit for good measure. Quasarno with the unnecessary crit. Oh, her ace is gone. That is huge. That is actually massive. Alright, Tropius out now. Honestly, I'm just gonna be mean. I'm gonna Fire Spin. It doesn't do much, but it just fucks with it. Oh, and they don't have anything good against us. Oh, no. Yeah, no, we're largely fine. We're largely fine. Anyways, because of how well Quasarno is tanking, I don't think I'm gonna worry. I'm just gonna Cosmic Power up. Assuming they don't have a Grass-type move, that is, I'm realizing. Oh, they have Synthesis. That's bullshit. Yeah, but if they're wasting their time doing that, I'll take it. Oh, they have Solar Beam. I need to get out. Never mind. Realistically, Murnt is the answer here, as we determined. Okay, it's set up the Sunny Day, which buffs us. Would buff up the cast form as well, but... Double-edged sword it just did to itself. And it doesn't even do the soul. I mean, sure, that almost kills us, but what is it doing? We just... The crit! The crit quills! We just gotta win by critting. It's that simple. What else is there to it? Yeah, and it weakens the Pelipper. That... It fucked up. Alright, unfortunately though, it is a Pelipper, so... Murnt is not the answer. Let's bring Resmex in here so that everybody gets a little love. Oh no, Water Gun! Whatever shall I do? And then we Spark. And it protects, of course. Oh, but you know it. This time, we're gonna Spark after the Protect, and it's not gonna be able to Protect again, and we're gonna crit. That's what's happening. Come on, crit Spark. It kills, not a crit, but it's still a kill. Okay, I'll take it, I'll take it. One more Mon. Skarmory. Let's just electrocute this bird. Unfortunately, the Sunny Day has faded, but I don't think it matters. Oh no, not Sand Attack against the one Mon that, like, can... Well, no, Evasiveness is what Odor Sleuth is. Anyways, I'm just gonna Quick Attack. Oh, I guess, yeah, they have a Hyper Potion. Duh, I forgot they didn't use their potion on their ace. That was silly. God, that doesn't do much. Probably wouldn't have even killed anyways. I was forgetting about, you know, the whole steel part of Skarmory. Misses their Steel Wing, God. And they have another Hyper Potion, God. They're just stalling this out as much as they can. Yeah, that would have been nice. But they can't hit to save their life. They Sand Attacked me, but it looks like they got sand in their eye. They finally hit it. Doesn't do much to us, though. And they Oh, this poor Skarmory! It's just fucking itself up. Nothing it did actually benefited it. Alright, cool. Winona just fucked up herself. Like, half of her team died because of her own choices. Both Winona and Norman. Two gyms that can be run killers. Were shockingly easy. And now we can fly. That's huge. Means backtracking is much less of an issue. Oh, and aerial STM. That's nice. Yeah, no, the berry was everything. The berry was all my plan. I forced her to have a berry. All right, well, with that, we've done it. All right, why did I go into this house? Just not Winona's day. Truly her horrible, no good, bad day. All right, with that, we can continue on. I do think I'm going to take a real quick break to get more water and go to the bathroom. I suggest you all do the same if you have not. And then we will reconvene in a couple minutes to continue onward. Let's see how far we can get. Alrighty. I am back. I have acquired water. And I am ready to continue. Let's see, I healed up, right? I did, but I need to get my old team back. Alright. Lebneb, get in here. Darl, get back in the team. Rug, you are in here. And Bagabool, couldn't go without you. There we go. I think that's our staple team right now. Oh wait, nope, I swapped out the wrong people. Don't need 2 fire types. What did I fuck up? Mernt shouldn't be here. What am I missing that we had before? That's right. El Jimmy. How could I forget? Alright. Let's work with that for now. From here, we shall head back this way. Just gonna... Okay, we avoided her twice. Can't do it a third time, it would seem. Let's see what she's got. A grass type, you say? Well, I've got a certain bird that will be perfect for this. Okay, 2-shot, fair. Practically even level. Not really. Just sort of brought the old team back together and then got quick-turned by a trainer immediately. Another crit? Crit strategy stays winning. Oh, Wilmer. Okay. Still gonna get pecked to death, but might take a little more. Jesus Christ. Don't love rollout. Okay, pivoting. Pivoting hard. What? Yeah, I've been getting way more crits than I'm used to. Let's see, what's my best answer for Whalmer in this situation when they're in rollout? Like, Darl, I guess. Let's hope this doesn't kill Darl. Luckily, Darl is resistant, so yeah, Darl is definitely the best choice here. Especially if it just almost kills naturally. The rollout, if it gets any higher, though, is going to be a tad bit scary, but not really. Darl tanks. Yeah, Darl's fine. I was a little bit more intimidated than I should be. I honestly forgot that Rock isn't super effective against Darl. I feel like we're not often going against Rock moves. Alright, then we continue on. Want to avoid trainers if I can, but don't want to waste repels if I can. Yeah, healing or swapping would probably be a smart move. Yo, Mrug already picked something else up. I'm gonna throw Quizarno into the front because he's the MVP. A super potion. Loves getting potions. Okay. Now we're into uncharted waters. Turn, my guy. It's always the quick turn. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is, yeah. Geodudes never get a chance. Well then, a bird, you say? I have an answer to that. Rock throw. Yeah, Mrug's always looking out for us. I should check what the next level cap is. That's useful information. $42. We have some wiggle room. Okay, yeah. Rock throw is still gonna be the right answer. Yeah, we have some wiggle room for once, despite there actually not being, like, a massive amount between us and next gym. Like, there's a good few routes, and we have to deal with the height. No, there's a lot. There's quite a bit. Alright. We have to deal with all the hideouts. Is there a way to avoid things? Yes, there is. I'm honestly going to repel, despite the fact that I said I didn't want to waste any. There we go. Right, we end up in this weird space that has all these just like little pathways through the grass. But because we repelled, we are all powerful and can just go all over the place and grab items. A nugget? Crazy. Alright. And then we drop down here, we go along here. Stops raining. We need to go up this way and avoid the fucking nerd if he lets us. How is it every single one of them quick turns? How is that possible? Sorry, bug. A Surskit, you say? Surskit is just water, right? Or is it something else? I honestly forget. I'm just gonna confusion and see what happens. Oh my god, 1 damage. Oh, is it Ice Bug? It might be Water Bug. That sounds more correct to me. Once again, you just gotta crit. You just gotta crit. It's the winning strategy. Another Surskit? Okay. Just got confusion again. This one actually has a water type move. Crazy. Terrifying. Scariest thing I've ever fucking seen. Yeah, fair. That's how it is for me on a lot of Mons. Okay, 3 level 27 Surskits, sure. Okay, my evasiveness is lowered. Oh no! I confusion before you can do anything. I wonder when Quizarno learns, like, Psybeam or Psychic. If ever. Curious to check that. Of course, he wants to give us his number. Okay. No. There's no further psychic moves it learns naturally. By TM, it can learn Psychic. And Shadow Ball. And Flamethrower. Okay. Yeah, Quizarno's gonna stay an MVP of the team for a while, I think. I don't see Quizarno ever leaving the main team. Alright, at this point, though, I think we're done with the route, and we're on to Route 121, which means new encounter! And berries. But, yeah, encounter-wise here, I did quickly double-check while I was on break, and I believe the only new options we can get here are Shuppet, which would be nice for Ghost-type coverage. and Kecleon, because Kecleon are still here at like a 1% chance. Luckily, I think Shuppet is the most likely, or at least decently likely. And our Repel perfectly wore off. We immediately get an encounter while stepping in. Alright. We already have an Oddish. We don't need it. Yeah, early game move pools hurt. I truly cannot wait until, like, Gen 5 onward, or whatever it will be, when suddenly everything just, like, has decent movesets, and there's variety, and everything just, like, works. Alright, so if we want to get by, it's over here. We're also going to be able to hit the Safari Zone here relatively soon, I think. Because it's on this route, I just don't know if we can access it immediately. Really? Really? Kecleon! The, like, 1% chance. Okay. I guess I should have had the right Mon out, but whatever. I'm just going to throw a ball. Yeah, I should have put Darl in front. That was a mistake. Anyways, let's see if it matters. It didn't. Quasarno's power is just too strong. The Kecleon surrendered. Alright, I guess we have a Kecleon now. Gungly. Alright. With that in mind, realistically, we don't need to go this way, but if we go this way, we'll have another place we can fly, once we teach fly to someone. And I should probably repel again. And realistically, I'm not worrying too much about picking up items right now. I'll probably do that between streams, just for simplicity. Okay, we can't go that way, and that guy turns, so maybe if we're lucky... It's always the quick turn! It's always the quick turn. It's definitely a gimmick Pokemon. In my fights with Kecleon, you might have noticed, when I was punching it, it said it became fighting type. It's weird. Let's see what a Confusion does. Yeah, I have, like, such a neutral opinion on Kecleon, and because they're a gimmick mon, I have no intention of using them. Don't know how much damage that did. Anyways, Confusion. Come on, Quasarno, you got this. Shiftry, huh? I'm gonna swap the Bugabool. Someone who can burn this tree alive. God, I would love if we could get a Shiftry at some point. I don't know if I'd ever use it, but I just have a fond, like, feeling towards Shiftry. I like the Seedot line. I'm a big fan of it. They're goofy. Alright, they're another swift nature power. Ow! I guess I pivot again and just stall the burn. Come on, Mrug, you can take a hit. You got this, Mrug. You've never seen battle before, but you will now. Oh, they have a fucking Hyper Potion. I made a mistake. Yeah, no, they were part initially. They, like, initially were. I think they're a trade evolution, though. I forget. Anyways, I guess Headbutt. Let's see how this does. Not great. It's hardening for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what the potion deal is with the trainers. It's so weird. Okay. Why does it have Pound? Anyways, Mrug's gonna get his first kill in so long, if ever. Deal the final blow, Mrug! Yeah! Oh boy. Quizarno levels in the background, nodding approvingly. Bogaboola levels up and learns Amnesia. Forgets their entire life. Honestly, better than Growl. In this case. I will take Amnesia. Who knows if I'll use it, but I will. Alright. Don't you dare. Okay. We're fine. And we made it to Lilycove, where we can heal up. Alright. But now we backtrack a little. See if we can get into the Safari Zone. And if we can't, we just continue on our way. But this is also the correct way for that anyways. Turn around. We avoided it the one time. But then the quick turn gets again. My mortal enemy, the quick turn. Alright, what the fuck you got? Cool trainer Christine. A Loudred? Okay. What if I chuck a rock at it? What happens then? It evidently gets two-shot, is what happens. Alright. And what else you got? A Vigoroth. Okay, you're a normal type trainer. Cool, 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 cool. I chuck rocks at you. I throw rocks in your general direction. Oh wow, it's actually gonna have to be a three-shot on this one. Anyways, I'm a rock. I do not care about your normal type moves. Yeah, Quizarno's fine. Yeah, it's karma. It's the balance of all things. Can't have crit strategy without quick turn, can't have quick turn without crit strategy. Alright, don't you dare give me your number! God damn it. Okay. Got scared by the quick turn there, but we already fought him. Alright, we've already caught something here, so I could repel, but we're about to reach places that we haven't caught things, so I'm not worrying about it. But I did not expect Quizarno to be our MVP, like, mainline Mon at this point. I very much expected it to be something else, but I don't know what, but something else. Alright, we can cut down the tree, avoid the battle, and get to the Safari Zone. I have no fucking clue what's in here. So I might real quick check. Oh, we need a fucking Pokeblock case? Okay, time to go to Lilycove Contest Hall, I guess. Oops. Anyways, I'm fucking lazy. I'm teaching Fly to someone. Gee, I wonder who it's gonna be. Yeah, no, I did not expect Quizarno to ever go this far. Sure, I'll get rid of Safeguard, I guess. Safeguard can be good, but I just never, like, use it. A lot of those moves that are, like, very good, I just don't use for whatever reason, or, like, forget about them. And so I sometimes just prioritize other things I will use. Anyways, I know it's a very short distance, but fuck it. Anyways, let's go here to pick up a box so that we can fucking go and catch a Randomon in the Safari Zone. Okay. No, I don't want to go into a contest, no. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a lot of niche moves that are good with proper strategy, or if you know what you're going into, but otherwise, nah. Surprised I didn't run into anything there. Surprised I didn't run into anything there. Alright, we got this. Alright, and before we go in, I'm going to just double check what we have in store in the Safari Zone. Because could be some interesting stuff. Let's see. What does the Safari Zone have for us? Okay. The Safari Zone has... Okay, so it has various areas. I don't know where we can access. We'll see, though. One area has Fanfi, Heracross, and Xatu/Natu as the relevant options. If we Rock Smash, we could find a Geodude. Northwest has Rhyhorn, Doduo, and Pinsir as the relevant ones. Or we could surf for a Psyduck. Southwest has Girafarig, Natu, Doduo, Wobbuffet, Pikachu, the most, like, variety. And it looks like it's the same for the Southeast. And then there's extensions that I don't think we are capable of getting right now. Okay. So it looks like pretty much Psychic or Ground are the most likely. We have a Psychic type, but that's a Psychic type. We have, like, a Ground type, but that's a Ground type. So realistically, either could be viable. If I can get to the Northeast, I'll go there, because that has options for both Psychic and Ground, which works. Yeah, funnily enough, the things we're gonna be most, like, looking for here are covered by Quaz to a degree. Like, Ground isn't the same, but, you know. Alright, let's see where we can get to. I want to be careful with my steps, all things considered. Ah, is it bike time? Let's see. Let's put bike onto our thing, and let's see if I can remember how to bike. Alright. Yeah, okay, I'm hopping. How the fuck do I... What do... How does this work? I don't know. Okay, give me a moment. How the fuck does the acro bike work? Okay. But that's it. It's both buttons simultaneously. Alright, in which case we are into another section, which is presumably the northern section. Let's see. Let's see what we get here. A Heracross? Okay. Let's try it. Let's see if we can get it. Come on, Heracross. Okay. Don't run. Can we do it? Please? 1, 2. No, okay, okay, don't run. Don't run. It's watching carefully. This time for sure. 1. No, god damn it. Not running. It's not running. 1. Get in the ball! Get in the ball, Heracross! What the fuck? This is agonizing. Fix the ball. Not even 1. At least it's not running. Yeah, after all of Heart Gold not getting 1, and then it shows up. But are we gonna be able to get it? Get in the fucking ball! It's getting worse. And that's Safari. That's the Safari Zone. Wahoo! Yeah. Time to collect items, I guess. That was what, like fucking 9 balls? Yeah. It couldn't get in 9. Oh, that sucks. We could have had a Heracross. Oh my god. Well, another gen without a Heracross. Maybe next time. I'm just gonna talk to people in case they have items. I'm interacting with rocks because you never know. I don't even know what that does. Yeah, it must be reasonably low given how tough that was, but I don't know. I am curious now. Just gonna clear out my time, though. One of these rocks is bound to have an item in it. Surely one of them does. What is this? Okay, anyways, that's time up. Yeah, no, what the fuck is Heracross's catch rate? I need to know this. I need to know if my bad luck has struck again. Okay, it has a catch rate of 45, which, I don't know what that means. Let's compare it to fucking a normal-ass Pokemon. Yeah, no, that's like normal. That's like normal catch rate. So I just got unlucky. Oh well. Alright, we continue on. Yeah, more than a 50-50, but yes, essentially. Alright, Route 122. I don't think there's anything to catch while surfing, because I think it's pretty much just normal catches. I am actually, before we go into continuing main plot into Mount Pyre, I'm gonna sneak into this route, because first off, I think there's some items here, but also, assuming I don't need to drop down into anywhere. Okay, never mind, this was a bad idea. But we should be able to get another chance at a Shuppet here, which means if we catch that, we will be able to catch other things in Mount Pyre. Oh, you used the sacred arts of Solrock against me? I see how it is. This is not a good matchup, because it's just mirror match. Yeah, I didn't actually, like, personally go through the dev talk, but I did talk to a friend about it that plays, and he sort of gave me the, like, bare bones notes on it. And, yeah, it's wild, some of the stuff that they were mentioning. I'm curious to see what the multiplayer looks like. I'm curious to see how quickly a lot of this is getting implemented as well, because I feel like some of it is obviously, like, not immediate next version, but who knows? Anyways, I'm just gonna rock throw. This is the mirror match of the century, and I'm 4 levels higher, so I think I win. Yeah, no, Darl I almost sent in, but then I was realizing the issue. Alright, completely unnecessary fight dealt with. Oh no, no, not the number! Okay, not dealing with that. Is there a patch of grass over here? That is, like, easily accessible. Yes. I should have the correct person in front. That's fair. That's fair. I'm excited to see it implemented now rather than never, though. I'm very excited for it, honestly. I don't know how much I'm going to do with it. Like, I don't know. We'll see. But I am excited to see what it's like. Presumably they'll have some kind of, like, event around it or something, or maybe they'll just add it, and that'll be that. Anyways, Shuppet, I think, is a possibility here, if I'm not remembering incorrectly. I don't think I'm hallucinating that. Yeah, it should be the most high chance. It just so happens that between Mightyena and Poochyena, they win out. That's cool. That's very nice. I did hear that like relatively soon we're gonna be like moving towards the plot lines related to the AIs and stuff, so it makes sense for Fairy to be mentioned. So yeah, I'm curious to see how some of that is, but I very much feel like, in line with what you're saying there, I feel like the Zenless team is much more, like, on the ground, like, ear to the community in a lot of ways. Like, there is a lot more changes that were, like, things asked for by the community that, there's the Shuppet, that quickly came to Zenless, where, though most of the same things have, like, in some equivalency come to Genshin and Star Rail, they've come so much quicker in Zenless, which I just appreciate. Oh, I don't love that. We have a time limit. Okay. I realistically can just swap out Darl, but I'm going to try to throw a ball first. I'm just going to throw an Ultra Ball, because I am a slight bit afraid. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Anyways, we got ourselves a Shuppet. Let's see, what to name our Shuppet? Rumgel. God, that is wild to hear from the dev team. I mean, like, fair. If there was a ton of, like, millions of people that, in one way or another, were criticizing and critiquing a game I was making as I'm making it, oh my god, that would feel like doom scrolling. In many ways, it could just be that, but... Alright. Time for Mount Pyre. Let's do it. Yeah, no, if there's anything you can expect from the EN community, it's misinterpreting things for one reason or another. Alright, there's a Shuppet. We already have a Shuppet. Realistically, we'll end up with a Duskull, because that's the only other thing we can get in the lower interior. But if we go to the exterior, we could catch a Vulpix if we want, but we already have some fire types, so I'm not concerned about that. If we get to the top, Duskull is still the most, probable, but we might be able to get Chimecho, I believe. So we'll see about that. I'll grab this item on the way. Skill swap, okay. Up we go. And now we're to the spooky zone. Yeah, leave it to the community to just be like, oh, okay, this obviously means we won't get the same kind of story rather than just being not repetitive. Alright, okay, a Vulpix, sure. I'm a fan of Vulpix. Won't replace Bagabool, but I'll take it. And with him stun sporing and then getting Darl out of there. Of course they confuse Ray. So let's hope we can get through the confusion to Stun Spore. Because if we can't, I'm pivoting hard. Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Though a big final battle is always nice, it does get repetitive sometimes. And it's why, I really appreciated Seed's agent story, for example. It didn't end in a big battle. It ended on the emotional mark. And, that's part of why I enjoyed that one so much. It let the focus be the emotion. So if we're getting more stuff, diversifying like that, yeah. Yeah, Vulpix, very classic, as you say. Not something I used. Quem. Alright, time for plot. Random Ultra Ball in a grave. Alright, and when I say plot, I mean beating the shit out of some grunts. Realistically, Quizarno is one of our better bets against the enemy teams. Though actually, I think we're up against Team Aqua, so Darl does work here. Alright. I think we have to fight this guy, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. There is a lot of human experimentation, sure, but death, saying there's a lot of death in a story is so silly to me. Unless you're telling a story that is very lighthearted, death is going to be involved, probably. Especially if you're in essentially an apocalyptic setting. And, sure. We've had, 3 or 4 characters that were experimented on as a child, or were, created in a lab or whatever. Sure. If we get more of those, okay, sure. I'm fine with the amount we have. They're all distinct enough and have interesting enough storylines. Like, Haramasa is really solid. Oh god, yeah, no. Darl needs to swap. And, yeah, I don't care how repetitive a storyline typically is, if it's good. Yeah. I very much have, as of late, I feel, reached a point where I am fairly dismissive of opinions I see on, like, Twitter or Reddit or something on the games. Jesus Christ. Scary. I'm gonna sing. But yeah, I've gotten very sort of dismissive of a lot of opinions I see on social media about the games, because I'm aware they're a vocal minority for the most part, and even if sometimes they are like legitimate concerns or like critiques, usually they're not framed or discussed in a legitimate like critique way, rather than just people being mean-spirited about the game. Alright, didn't kill. Hopefully the air cutter doesn't kill. Getting Lebneb out of here. Come on, Mrug, you got this! Yeah, like, that is a good point. It's not just that, like, there are... I don't know why I did Rock Smash. I saw Rock and thought, Rock move. But, like, even if on paper what their backstory is or what they're up to is similar, thematically and narratively, they are so different. They serve different purposes. Sure, they're related, because, like, feeling like you're lucky to be alive versus dealing with your mortality, those are both dealing with, like, thoughts of dying. But they are different, like, philosophies and viewpoints. So... Anyways, I'm going to do some healing. I'm gonna get Quizarno up, because Quizarno is pretty good against some of these mons. Do I need to heal? I don't need to heal Darl. Darl and Quizarno can realistically handle most of this. Or I can do the Bugaboo Quizarno combo for this double battle. Yeah, the bag is rough in Emerald. It hasn't come up yet, and I think I've mentioned it before, but it's like the only game I can think of in the series where the bag has a limit in how many items per pouch you can have. You'll just run out of space and can't pick up items eventually. Which is so stupid. Alright, I'll chuck a rock at the Whalmer and I'll Magnitude. Missing the Whirlpool, cool. Magnitude 7 should kill. Yeah, no, you're like forced to use or sell items, pretty much. We haven't hit that issue yet, but it's annoying. It's why I haven't made us absurdly stocked up on rare candies to the point that I wouldn't need to restock them. Because they just take up too much space. Okay, Bogabool gets roared away. No, not Lebneb! Luckily that was the last move of the turn, so I can chuck a rock at the Zubat. And I'll bring Darl in this time. Yeah, I hate that Poochyena lived just to kick Bogabool out of the fight. Believe it or not, when you chuck a rock at a bat, it dies. It failed to roar, that's good. I'm gonna save my rock throw and just be mean and fire spin. And I'll Mach Punch, just saving PP. Okay. Carvana, you say? Fucking fire spin on the water, Pokemon. Sure, I guess. Rock throw. And punch the fish. Just crit. I always say it. Just the winning strategy. Alright. Now, I think we just have Archie to deal with. Both of them are part dark, which is sort of annoying to fight against. Alright, I think we should be fine going into Archie. I don't know exactly what he has, but we got our boys. Oh, he just leaves. Never mind, we don't fight him. Good thing I didn't bother healing or anything. Anyways, it's time for us to go fucking knee-deep into the, dealing with Team Magma and Aqua now. Because now time to go to the Magma Hideout. Oh, and I just realized I should be able to just fly away. I'm surprised we didn't run into any Duskulls. Alright, we run. We fly away. Because now we head... yeah, Lava Ridge should get us to the closest spot. Gonna heal up. And we're going up against Team Magma, which I think realistically our team is fine against. Because they have some fire types, we got a water type for that. They got the usual evil team stuff of dark types and Zubats, which we handle that. I think I went the wrong way. I think I wasn't supposed to go off that ledge. Oopsie. We fly again. Yeah, what do you mean? This is completely normal. Buried in the sand, Grandpa. Alright. Can we access where we need to from here? Is this something the Acrobike can go up? No, I think this is rock climb. Yeah. Alright, in which case I was right to go down that ledge, because we have to loop fucking around. Yeah, because we gotta go this way. Though, actually, wait, I just remembered something. Really early in here, now that we have strength, we can get into a little pocket area, which should have Sludge Bomb, I think? Which, if we keep Jimmy in the team, that's an upgrade. Jesus, that was a quick one. Maybe I should repel. God, I love how fucking stubby Numel is. Push the boulder. Did I not teach strength? Yes, I didn't. Well, I'm doing it now. Rug, you shall reach your true potential of being nothing but HMs. Goodbye, Headbutt. We have strength. Yeah, no, like, our current team is not at all what I expected to have. It's working, though. Like, Bagabool and Quizarno as staples is wild. Didn't realize how much of a fucking puzzle this area is. Maybe I will repel. Yeah, realistically, we are at the point where, though we don't want to hit the level cap right now because we have, like, 2 whole dungeons to deal with, we are hitting the point where our team is going to hit sort of their final form in its current version. Because I think everyone should evolve / reach the point that we allow them to evolve, right? Like, around the time of, the next gym. Where am I blind? Super Repel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we get that soon, or actually, it might have been in the part of Mount Pyre we didn't go to. Toxic also, that's huge. Am I mixing up Sludge Bomb and Toxic? Well, we'll see. or both in here. Alright. Crazy puzzle. Right, no, it's Toxic, not Sludge Bomb. Mixing things up. But... Gotta love the lack of object permanence of the video game. Yeah. Realistically, repelling was a good idea. Probably could have done it sooner. Oh well. I don't know if we've ever fought this guy. We have. Anyways, we take up the cable car just so that we can climb down the mountain partway. Yeah. Realistically, depending on how long the magma hideout takes, I might sort of have that be the final part of the stream. If it's quick, we can sort of like head towards the next thing. But just to be aware, I think that's sort of where my head is at for where we'll stop for now. Yep, the magma emblem lets us get in. We go in. Quizarno in front is a choice that I will stick to. I don't know what we can catch here. Anyways, I guess I need to teach strength now anyways. The repel has worn off. I guess we'll find out what we can catch here. I wouldn't be surprised if Geodude... Brain, isn't Torkoal just the evolution of Numel or some bullshit? Don't want to make a mistake. Or is Torkoal just their own mon? Torkoal is just their own mon. Okay, we have another fire type. I don't know why... I was mixing up Camerupt and Torkoal. That's what I was doing. Alright. Sure. Don't love sending Darl in on it, so... Might do Lebneb? Yeah. Or I might just throw a ball. I'll just throw a ball. Yeah. I don't know why I thought Torkoal for a second. Alright. Nice and easy. Just a single ball throw. Why couldn't Heracross have been that simple? Alright. Torkoal is going in the box and not coming out unless we run out of fire types. Borlum. Alright, then we repel. We got these for a reason. And we see where we can go. Mandatory fight, I see. Yeah, no, I feel like it's the gen with sort of the most of those standalone mons. Cause, like, yeah, the ones you listed, Kecleon, yeah, there's a lot. Cast Form. Both, Solrock and Lunatone or whatever. Let's chuck a rock at it. Easy kill. Quasarno is the one who carries us through this entire fucking thing. They had one dog! We fucking threw a rock at a dog and won. Okay, there's that cave opening there, and that's the way out. Okay, yeah. I'm vaguely remembering. Okay. Looks like a mandatory fight. Yep, stones are powerful. Believe it or not. Our ancestors wielded nothing but stones for a very long time, and they lived. Throw a rock at it. Wow, survived a rock. Anyways, does it kill itself with the takedown? No, not quite, not enough. Proceed to, and just confusion, because I do not need to waste a rock throw. Yeah. Realistically, between this stream and next stream, I'm going to be doing a lot to upgrade the party, because at this point we're able to just, like, items on ground I haven't picked up and, like, shops and stuff, get a lot of good, like, TMs and stuff. So, and because we're getting closer to endgame, I think it is about time to maybe invest in some of the mons. Okay, that's one way, this is another way, I don't know which is which. That's some guys that if I don't have to fight, I won't. Repel has worn off, that's some more guys that I will not fight unless I have to. I'm riding blind through here, so... Okay, what's this? Oh, is this the fucking first room? Yeah, this is just an item and that's a fight. I'm not worrying about it. Yeah, Rayquaza is actually fairly straightforward for what we're worrying about. Because I'm not worrying about, like, post-game, because there isn't, like, an entire other region, like Heart Gold. I'm not gonna worry about post-game, and Rayquaza, you go and wake Rayquaza in base game, and that's, like, right before the the 8th gym, but you don't actually fight Rayquaza then. You have to go back to the tower that you meet Rayquaza at after the plot to catch Rayquaza. And I'm just not going to, probably. Because I am a big fan of Rayquaza. If I can not use legendaries, I'm fine with that. Because legendaries are powerful, especially Rayquaza. Also, realistically, I'd have to repel my way all the way up to Rayquaza so that I don't get an encounter beforehand. Repel has worn off. I use another because we have 6 of them left. PP max, that's huge. I really just walked into that one. Cool. Evidently, this is the remorseful Magma Grunt, saying, I think we're going a bit too far. Anyways, he has a 1 dog, but it's a big dog. And because of Intimidate, he probably won't kill quickly with a rock throw, but let's see how much it does. Yeah, that ain't right. And Bite hurts. I'm swapping. Let's punch the darkness. appreciative that it failed. Let's Mach Punch. That works. Almost level up for Garl. Alright. Useless battle. Alright, we keep going down. I see if I can avoid this man. I double check if I'm not getting someone killed. Quizarno is fine. What do you have for us? More than one Pokemon, I hope? Or don't hope? Only one, hell yeah. Oh, but not a dog! A rock! How does rock fare against rock? Not very well. Oh, an ancient power. Doesn't do much to us, though. And I think it's also psychic, so confusion shouldn't do much, but we'll see. Yeah. This isn't a perfect matchup, but we resist so hard that it's fine. Gonna be confusion because it's the higher PP. Oh, is that something that the manga goes into and stuff? There isn't honestly much in relation to, like, stuff with Rayquaza in this game, truly. Like, it's pretty much just, like, Rayquaza is the one to stop Kyogre and, oh god, Groudon, from fighting, and, like, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Quizarno had that fine. Though, Quizarno is getting low enough that I think I'm gonna throw a heal their way. I think Hyper Potion is our least potion. Which is sort of wild to say. Alright, I think we're getting near the end. I assume I have to fight you, yes. Let's see. One Pokemon, I assume? Yep. A Baltoy again. It's either dogs or rocks that are psychic. But I have a psychic rock of my own. And it's more powerful than your psychic rock. God, that does so little damage. Realistically, I could swap. I might, just for the sake of not getting Quizarno hurt. El Jimmy, sure. Give El Jimmy some time in the sun. We surf. And they die. Alright. Realistically, before the fight with the boss, I'm gonna probably want to level a few of my mons a little bit. Okay, this is a guaranteed double battle, you say. We got Bogabool and Quizarno out front. Let's do that. Let's see what they have for us. Is it one per? Probably. A Numel and a Zubat, you say? Okay. So Magnitude isn't, like, the best option, but I'll still do it, because I'm probably gonna rock this Zubat into Oblivion, and then I can just Magnitude whatever is coming after. Well, there won't be anything after, they only have one Pokemon each. Let's see what Magnitude does to a Numel. Bogabool almost always does 7 on Magnitude, I feel like. Super effective. That works. Quizarno's level 37, getting up in the world. Wants to learn Rock Slide. Okay. Literally just an upgrade to Rock Throw, just with less PP. I'll take it. Yeah, this duo is powerful. There we go. The flinch trance is so nice. And though it's only 90 accuracy, that really hasn't been an issue before now. But of course, now that I say that, it will be. Yeah, I think maybe there's like 1 or 2 more mandatory fights after this before the boss, but we'll get there. Oh, actually, this is just an admin. They have 4 Pokemon. Okay, sure. Let's see what a Rock Slide does to Nummel. That's pretty nice. Okay, sure. I'm just seeing if I can pull up what level range we're dealing with for the actual boss. This poor... Oh my god, we missed. I spoke it into existence. No! Oh no. What have I done? I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, it hits finally. Okay, Mighty Yenna. I think I will swap Quasarno out. Punch the darkness. Okay, we're in the like correct level range. Anyways, they roar me. Not Mrug! No! Anyways. Fuck you, I punch the darkness. You know, we should be fine. What the fuck is happening? Why won't this guy attack me? Just fucking hit me so I can punch you. Okay, sure, why not? You identified me. Anyways, get punched in the face. Not a one-shot. Okay, okay. And then they swagger me. Annoying. Let's see if we can get through confusion. No, we cannot. Don't hurt ourselves too much. That's too much! Alright, I don't trust us to get through the attack. Jimmy can clean up. It's not like a crazy matchup or anything, but it has no health. Unless it roars. Okay, Mrug. Cool. Fucking rock smash this guy. Hell yeah, Mrug. MVP. Darl's up to 33. And then they have one more. Hammerupt. Okay. Gee, I wonder. Yeah, the bite not being super effective was what saved, just everything there. Ow! Jimmy might die here if they don't win the speed, but they win the speed. Let's see if they win. They are lower level. It's a kill. That was risky on my part, but I believed in Jimmy. Yeah, no, it was all Mrug. Mrug did everything. Anyways, I'm realizing something sort of funny. Okay, no, so that's Tabitha's team. What about Maxie's team? No, okay, never mind. Maxie's team is much higher level. I was looking at Tabitha's team. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna level some of my Mons once we get to that fight. Okay, Darl and Jimmy are hurt, but everyone else is fine. Let's see. when we hit the boss fight. A max revive. Incredible. Okay, it's right here. I know for a fact. In which case, I'll make sure people are as healthy as can be. Don't want to use a super big heal if I can help it. But it would seem like we only have big heals, which is painful. So I'll Hyper Potion El Jimmy. And we can buy more potions if I need them, so I'll Max Potion. It hurts me. It really does, but I'll do it. And then we level. Because, for some fucking reason, Maxie has level 37 to 39 Pokemon. So I'm going to bring everyone to 39. That feels good to me. Still leaves a little bit of room until the... Nope. Stop. Gonna be doing a lot of that. There we go. There's Earthquake. Bagabool is coming to their full power. So I could get rid of Magnitude. I'm just gonna get rid of Tackle for now. Have both. Why not? But yeah, making sure everyone's on level appropriately for the fight, I think is a good idea. Alright. A few more levels. We are forcing this thing to never evolve until a little longer. Okay. Last level. Nope. There we go. Now we don't need to spam cancel, and it just needs to go up a couple more levels. Takedown? I don't know if we need that. It's high power, but it hurts the user, and I don't like recoil. Alright. You keep going. Lebneb is about to become all-powerful, and we do not stop this one. Behold! Lebneb has achieved Altaria. Dragon Breath. I'll take it. They're a dragon now. Yeah, and that's a good dragon move. I'm going to replace Astonish, I think? Yeah. Alright. A few more levels to Lebneb. There we go. Mrug, for the sake of them being safe, gonna level. Don't need Fury Swipes. Your moveset is perfect, Mrug. You're perfect just the way you are. Of it. Yes, Lebneb will not do nothing but Swords Dance. Well, a Dragon Dance. No. We have our moveset. Don't know even why I bothered looking. Alright. Then Darl. Sky Uppercut. Bad accuracy. I haven't really been using counter, but bad accuracy. I'm not worrying about accuracy issues. Quasarno is the only one I trust to have bad accuracy and still succeed. Alright. Oh. Almost... almost used Ethers. That would have been bad. Yeah. Okay. Barrier. Sharply raises defense. I mean, sure. Alright. There we are. We are on level for the fight. Looking at what we're up against, we should have a Mighty Enna first. So, the intimidation is going to be annoying, but let's put Darl out in front so that we can punch the darkness, as I have been saying. Anyways, I know it's a tired joke, but look at this fucking guy thinking the blue orb is gonna revive and, like, awaken the fucking red Pokemon. Alright, the fight begins. This really is the last big fight with Maxie, I believe, so. Alright, don't love the Intimidate, that's gonna make things slightly more annoying, but let's just go for a counter. They take down, does some damage, and the counter hits him back fairly hard. Let's see how it compares to a Mach Punch. They immediately use a Super Potion. Okay. Cool, sure. They're about the same. So I'll go for the thing that makes us outspeed. There we go. Next up, I'm guessing to throw out the Camera Up. No, they go for the Crobat. Okay. Either way, I'm pivoting. Time to throw a rock at it. Yeah, that was a surprising heal, all things considered. Anyways, pretty good swap. Don't miss your rock slide, please. Ah, they have a bite. Okay, we hit the rock slide. That should kill? It's stab, it's super effective. It doesn't kill. Anyways, I'm pivoting because I'm afraid for Quizarno. I'm gonna go to... No, that's a flying type against a water type. That's not a good idea. I'll go to lead? Sure. Oh, I guess, yeah, okay, they were healing. I probably could have squeezed in another. Why does Maxie only have Super Potions? I'm gonna play it safe. And miss Sing. I'm gonna play it safe and try to sing again. Oh my god! Lebneb, you can't keep missing these! Okay, Lebneb was not the answer. Lebneb was not the answer. Rug, you surely got this, right? Crobat is so fucking fast. Air Cutter. How much does this do? More than I would hope, but less than enough to be scary. Anyways, stab. Don't crit. It wasn't a crit, but I don't think Mrug can take another hit. But Mrug can crit. I should have known. That was all I needed to do. Just needed to crit. Oh, that was an important crit. Ugh. Got very scared for Lebneb there. Anyways, then we go to Elgin. If Mrug was healthier, I could just do the surf from him, but... misses the rock slide, appreciative of that. And then we surf. Because this thing will die to a surf, probably. Yeah. That was truly a Mrug victory. Mrug MVP. And that's why we level Mrug. Alright, we did it. Scarier than I was hoping, but we got out unscathed. I think the repel's still active, so I'm just gonna keep moving. An escape rope! How convenient, I could use that right now if I wanted. How are our Pokemon doing? Yeah, we're fine. Repel wore off. I'm gonna escape rope. We have 5 of them. Alright. Yeah, well, with that, there's a lot more random plot shit that has to happen, I'm pretty sure. So, maybe we'll get that out of the way now, before I sign off. If I'm remembering correctly, I think Slateport is where we need to go next. Because I believe we need to be here to witness Team Aqua stealing a submarine. And then from there, I think we can get to their hideout. Which I'm not going to worry about their hideout tonight, I don't think. I think that's what we'll open next time with. But, you know. Yeah, okay, shit's happening here. And are we able to get in? Yeah, no, very much so. Where Team Rocket are goofy, but what they're doing is legitimate, like, criminal enterprise. Team Magma and Aqua are just the silliest guys. Yep, okay, I was right. They're stealing the submarine. Alright. And then we can go to Lily Cove and fight them, I believe. Just gonna confirm that. Yeah, we are getting towards the end game, all things considered. Because we have the Aqua hideout, Tate and Liza, a variety of routes between them, but it's a lot of water Pokemon mainly, so we've gotten most of our encounters in a lot of ways. And then it's the whole deal with stopping Groudon and Kyogre. And then after that, it's the 8th gym. Okay, I think there might be something else I need to do, but I will figure that out next time. But yeah, so that's, I think, where I'm going to call it for tonight. We made some really solid progress, all things considered. We did Norman, we did Winona, we did the Magma hideout, we got a lot of Pokemon, we really solidified what our mainstay team is, which is sort of a funny team. But yeah, with that though, next week on Tuesday should be another case of this, another Emerald's Nuzlocke moment. Just sort of jumping around here so that we're not just looking at the game. There we go. But yeah, so it should be another Emerald Nuzlocke stream next week, seeing as nothing's coming out yet. Then the week after that, I believe, would be Zenless, I think. And then the week after that will be Genshin. Yeah, I think that's right. And in case you were wondering, if you recall, I did say last week that I was going to be streaming on Thursday last week to play Unbeatable, the one game I've been talking about. And I was entirely planning on doing that, but then the day before the Thursday, the day before the game came out, the game was delayed by a month. So it's not coming out until like December 9th or something. So that, yeah, I intend to still stream the game. It's just gonna be then, rather than, you know, now. But yeah, so that's sort of where things are at for future streams. We're sort of in a dry period for videos. I was hoping to get back to my anime stuff. I've been saying I'm wanting to do that for a while. Life has just been annoying, and also my own motivation is always an issue. But I might be able to squeak something out in these next few days where there's less videos. But next week should be where we start getting more stuff. Obviously, at the end of this week, there's Zenless special program. I think Dylin is supposed to be the first person for Zenless, so we're going to be getting her demo and stuff next week, probably. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it was a sort of funny thing of, like, from what their announcement was, it was like they found some, like, major bug that made, like, that was a big issue for the console version of the game, like the console release, and they wanted to just release it all at once, so they delayed it on every platform, and they basically wanted to not compete with other games releasing, so they pushed it back to, like, early December. I don't know. I'm still excited for the game. Sort of funny that it was so late of a delay, but, you know. But yeah, with that, though, that's sort of what things are looking like into the future for this month and stuff, and a little bit of next month. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed the stream. This was a lot of fun. We didn't lose anyone, which is impressive. That's pretty huge. Compared to last time, especially. But yeah, so we'll see how things go next week. Maybe we'll finish the run. I sort of doubt it, but we might be able to get to the point where I'm ready to set up for Elite 4, honestly. I feel like that's possible. But yeah, with that, bye-bye.